Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Pluto, Sailor Underworld, Trista here, or Tristan Mayo here, and today I'm going to talk about the big cut, or the big slight, between Sailor Moon followers. Now, the big slight between Sailor Moon followers happens to be about those who think they're the true Sailor Moon followers. Now, there are some Sailor Moon followers in a Sailor Moon followership who have a belief that they're the true Sailor Moon followers because they watch the Viz Sailor Moon. Now, whatever Sailor Moon you choose to watch, you're a Sailor Moon follower. And there isn't no true one or isn't no fake one out there. Now, some Sailor Moon followers will say, oh, well, Deke and Pioneer Sailor Moon wasn't the true Sailor Moon. It was. At least for the English-speaking world, at that time it was. All right? And you can say that Viz, you could say that the Viz Sailor Moon is what you wish you got back in the day. Well, sadly, you got it later than you got it later. Now, there are going to be folks on both sides, those who like the Deke Sailor Moon and Pioneer Sailor Moon and hate the Viz one, and then folks on the Viz side who like the Deke one, who love the Viz one but hate the Deke and Pioneer one. And then there are those in the middle like me who like all three of them, but when we stop to think of Sailor Moon, it's the Deke Sailor Moon we think of. Sorry, it is what it is. Sorry if my name is Trista in the Deke world and the Pioneer world, and not whatever the name is of my double dagger in a Toei Viz world. Sorry about that. So many Sailor Moon followers always coming up with forgivenesses for why they don't like the Deke Sailor Moon or the Pioneer Sailor Moon. We heard them all before. Now, I know that some of them out there are going to say things like, well, it's not what Naoko Takiguchi wanted. First off, Naoko Takiguchi didn't have the crafting oversight with Toei that she did now. And I don't even really know how much oversight she has anyway. I think Toei is the main owner, most likely owns more Sailor Moon than she does, but whatever. So she didn't have a call on what Disney and Deke did with Sailor Moon. All right? Saying that something isn't what the crafter wanted didn't give the forgiveness to say that it's bad, or to shame or guilt folks and say that you're not a true Sailor Moon follower because you chose to like the Deke Sailor Moon. Now, there was this big thing about when someone hates the Deke or Pioneer Sailor Moon after they watch the Toei one or the Viz one, and then they think they're greater. They get pissed off over things like names being shifted. So what? The names got shifted, big deal. Then they get pissed off over strike names, street names, near names being shifted, on some of the things of the fighting being cut out, whatever. Two sagas becoming one, whatever, I don't care. We all talked about that before. But the big thing about this whole thing is that knock it off already, folks. If you like the Viz Sailor Moon, wonderful. If you like it, that's great. And if someone likes the Deke Sailor Moon or Pioneer Sailor Moon or Renaissance Atlantic or New Birth Great Sea Sailor Moon, then that's great too. You're a Sailor Moon fan, no need which Sailor Moon you grew up with or which Sailor Moon you like now. Alright? Because when I was first on Euro, and this would have been 2008 YL going into 2009 YL, the early years, maybe even, I don't know, I would get folks saying, oh, well, you're not a true Sailor Moon follower if you like the Deke Glee Sailor Moon. And then say, oh, I was besmirching Sailor Moon because because what I was saying and doing wasn't matching up what was said and done in the show. Now, yeah, that was gatekeeping, but also that was also whatever. The whole gatekeeping bullshit too about what Sailor Moon is a true Sailor Moon to watch is crazy. All right? So at the end of the day, I like the Deke Sailor Moon, and I'm proud of that. All right? Some folks don't like the Deke Sailor Moon. That's all right. That's good. That's how life is. Some folks like some things, some folks don't like some things. That's how it is. You know? But to say that you're the true Sailor Moon follower because you like whatever this offshoot of Sailor Moon is, well, that's your belief. There is no truth to it. The Toei business and Adeline Al Goulding's business isn't going to give you an award and say, hey, you're the true Sailor Moon follower. You know, hey, here's 3 months of Crunchyroll. Here's 3 months of, Disney More and Hulu, because you can watch Sailor Moon shit on there. Whatever, that's not going to happen, Here's whatever, that's not going to happen. So, at the end of the day, the true Sailor Moon follower is the one who likes Sailor Moon. No need how many dolls they have. No need if they got it on film, on disc. No need if they like the Deke or the Viz or the Pioneer or whatever Sailor Moon. You're a true Sailor Moon follower, and the ones that say you're not, well, that's their belief. All right, thank you. Give this film a like, share and playlist it, and we'll see you later.